Hey Sag, good morning, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So, for you guys, I got awakened out of my sleep yet again to do your reading. Now, what I got was, for some of you, I picked up on this really super excited energy, right? And then I picked up on the fact that it's because some of you are experiencing financial obstacles right now. You might be having some financial difficulties, or there's a situation at the moment that is, I don't want to say necessarily stressing you out, but it is worrying you, Sag. Some of you may have a daughter that you're worried about. For some of you, this issue came into being because some of you are fresh out of an abusive relationship. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Okay. But I have to be kind of low key here. I'm trying to be, because everybody in my house is still sleeping. It's very early in the morning. It's like 5 something. I got awakened at like 5:30 for you guys. And then the download started to hit me at 5:55. This is a daily thing for me. This is a daily thing. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. How you doing? Thank you for returning. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit this subscribe, comment, share, okay, so you don't miss anything. I see I got a bunch of haters on here. Haters are my motivators. This always happens. Like, anytime I start to get, there's like a lot of, I'm aware that there's a group of readers on here that suck, okay? And they steal my readings all the time, and they get me shadow banned all the time. But that's just because people find me and they figure out what they're doing, that they're stealing my readings and getting clout off of my readings. And people find out that they actually suck. Like, they don't have any spiritual gifts at all. For me, I am here to deliver a message. I'm not so much worried about, the whole clout and everything like that. I'm not trying to get internet famous. Again, God told me to start this channel, so I did. God told me to start doing tarot on YouTube, so I did. Now, it helps who it helps. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It wasn't for you, okay? But my disclaimer is in the description box below. All right. So let's see what's going on, Sag, because I feel like there's a lot swimming around in your energy. Okay. I feel like there is a breakthrough here. You just had a breakthrough. To me, where you're coming out of a situation. Yeah, abusive fake person. This is what I'm seeing here, okay? Maybe this person was financially abusive to you, or someone was being financially abusive. I'm hearing breadcrumbing. So maybe you were working somewhere and they weren't trying to pay you what you were worth. Okay? All right. Let's see what's going on, guys. I'm still tired, y'all. Ooh, lies wanted to come out. I fear and cannot tell the truth. So I feel like you figured out somebody here was lying, Sag. So maybe that's what the breakthrough was. You finally got the truth out of somebody, or you finally awoke to what was actually going on around you. I feel like somebody had you up in La La Land somewhere, They were selling you a dream. They had you believing it wholeheartedly. They had you subscribing to something, investing in something, and whole time that wasn't really what you should have been doing. Yes, soulmate. I love you more than there are stars in the sky. So as you realize that this person was lying to you, you could have thought that they were your soulmate, or like, I feel like somebody was pretending to be your soulmate, Sag. I feel like that's how they were manipulating you. Maybe you are one of those people that got caught up in that trend, all up in that rhetoric. I'm not saying that the soulmate connection thing isn't true. I absolutely believe in it. But I believe in you finding your particular soulmate. And what I've seen a lot of people do these days, a lot of toxic people do, is that if they know that you're the kind of person that likes that kind of stuff, or that's what you're looking for, then they will play on that with you, okay? So maybe you weren't a soulmate connection here, or I just feel like somebody was playing on your top, Sag. I feel like somebody was lying to you. Yeah, I love you, and release that ish. Yeah, I see it. All of a sudden, you want to let them go, and they love you now. I'm hearing, well, where was all that when he was kicking my ass? Huh? I feel like this isn't your first time trying to leave, Sag. Like, you've left before. Or this is a cycle with you. It's like people treat you dirty until you leave. And then it's like, oh, I love you. I want to be with you. I'm so sorry. Like, ooh, I hate you. Ooh, lots of passion there. Okay? So you found out this person was actually hateful. Okay, Sag? They were actually very hateful towards you. I feel like you were with somebody and you found out, you thought they were your soulmate, and then you found out that it was all a facade. You found out how hateful they actually are. You may have watched them do certain things. Hold on. Yes, baby? You needed something? What? I was gonna fight who? Who is Renee? Okay. Well, I'm recording right now, so nobody said that. You should go back to sleep, though. Yeah. Okay. I love you. Alright. My daughter, y'all. Sorry about that. But yeah, you realize how hateful this person is. I feel like they do a lot of things out of malice. And I don't feel like you noticed it at first, or you kind of let it slide because you weren't on the receiving end. This could be a family member, a friend, a lover, Sag. Yeah, blocked. You make my ass itch, okay? You could have blocked this person, or you realized they were hateful because they blocked an opportunity for you. They tried to block you from progressing in life, Sag. Or something of that nature, okay? Ooh, cuddles here. Warm and fuzzy all around. Hold me tight. Don't put me down. That's what I mean. Like, this person played on your top. They played on your heartstrings here, Sagittarius. Okay, this could be somebody I feel like that you carry very deeply about. Okay. For some of you, this might even be someone that you grew up with. Okay. They were around you for a long time. And I feel like they make you feel, I'm hearing they make you feel loved. They made you feel loved. They made you feel wanted. So this might be somebody who knew that you had a childhood where maybe you weren't necessarily abandoned, but maybe you were deprived of certain things that are like basic human needs. Like, I'm not trying to be funny here at all, Sag, okay? But maybe you weren't hugged enough. Maybe you weren't held enough by your parents, okay? Maybe you didn't get a chance to bond with your mother or your father like you really needed to. So this person is the kind of person that takes advantage of that in people when they have those situations going on. That's what they do. I feel like it's easy for you to make long-lasting connections with people. Love is love here. Okay? I am who I am. I love who I love. I can only be judged by the Most High above. Okay? I feel like that's what it is, Sag. Like, you thought this person was your soulmate, and then you realize how hateful they are. And this person thought that you were so deprived that you were gonna put up with their hateful behind, with their hateful behavior. They thought you were just gonna accept it. And when you decided to put your foot down, Sag, they were like, but I thought you loved me. And it's just like, okay, yeah, but I love me too. You may have just learned how to love yourself, what that means or what that looks like, Sag. Kudos to you. Okay? You've graduated. You passed this test. Okay? I just got a really strange feeling. Ooh, Aquarius. I am logical. I am free. You have a loyal friend in me. This could have been over an Aquarius. You could have been dealing with an Aquarius, Sag. Or you decided to take a more logical approach in the situation. Okay? But this is between like I hate you and blocked, okay? So this could be, I feel like this is the person that you were dealing with and you realized how hateful they are and now you don't want to deal with them. You could have blocked them. You don't want to deal with them now. I feel like you had this person's back, Sag. You did. They were, I feel like they were catering to you. You feel like they were kind to you. They could have even encouraged you to do some things, right? Some things that you wanted to accomplish in your life. However, I'm hearing the word pawn. So at some point, you became to understand that you were just a pawn in this person's game, a monkey in their show, if you will. Whatever, you were a freak in their Cirque du Soleil, okay? Like, that's what you came to realize, Sagittarius, okay? And when this person realized that you were waking up to the game, they tried to take you off the board. I feel like this person tried to make you feel as though you were developmentally delayed. Okay, it's a kind way of putting it. They tried to make you feel as though you were incompetent, like you were incapable. Okay, like you had comprehension issues. This person, I'm hearing this person even called you delusional. Like they tried to make it seem like you were just stuck in la la land somewhere, and on some level you were, Sag, okay, but you were stuck under the delusion that they had created for you. It was the one that you created for yourself. So if you were stuck in la la land, it was this person's fault, okay? It was a delusion or an illusion that they had created. So, and I feel like they were really good at making it believable. So they can't, I mean, they can't really blame you or get mad at you here. Yeah, this is a breakup. You broke up with this person. You said if you don't get the fuck out of here. Yeah, because you realized they were just feeding off of you. You were a battery to them. You were fuel for them, Sag. With sacral chakra being here. That's all you were. I'm hearing hump and dump. Stationary P, okay? Like, you were dealing with that kind of person. A person that would do that to you, that would undervalue you and dehumanize people that way. Maybe this person pretended to be really loving and caring at first, but then you realize, like, quickly. I wanted to say slowly but surely, but what I heard was quickly but surely. You came to understand who this person actually is at their core. And you came to understand why nobody wants to be around them, I feel. You came to understand that very quickly. Push and pull. I'm afraid to make a decision. I care too much what people think. Yeah, this person yo-yos people. Or they were yo-yoing you. Like I said, 1 minute they love you, next minute they hate you. Or you don't understand. It's like you didn't understand, Sag, how somebody can say that they love a person or how two people can exist in the same body. It's just like, I feel like you even thought that this person was possessed at one point, Sagittarius. Like, and you really tried to get them help, like on that level. And again, kudos to you, because I don't know too many people that would even care enough to stick around to try to get somebody like that some help. Okay? It seems like you went above and beyond, and you did a little bit too much for somebody who didn't deserve it. And I feel like they kind of kept you on the fence with something. It's like the moment you wanted to walk away, they found a way of drawing you back in. And then they push you away. And they draw you back in. They cast you out. And then they draw you back in. And it's just like this. But what you didn't realize was that this person was getting a kick out of it all along. It was like their own sick little game with you. They do this to everybody. And they think it's funny because it gives them a false sense of control. Okay? That's what you came to realize, Sag. There was never going to be anything with this person. Regret. I should not have done what I did. I should not have said what I said. Yeah. This person keeps you in a constant state of regret. It's like they push you to make certain decisions that go against your own character, your own judgment, right? Because you're trying to be a good partner, you're trying to be a good soulmate, you're trying to have that person's back. And then in the end, you came to regret everything that you did and the time that you spent with this person, because I feel like, Sagittarius, what has happened is that out of blind love for this person, you did things that now you have come to regret because you realize they were hateful. It was hate based. This person it was never about whether or not you cared about them. I feel like this person even tried to get you like, oh, well, if you love me, you would do this. Like, well, prove to me that you care about me by doing these things. And like, yeah, sweetheart, if you were deprived of something as a child or something like that, and this person knows about it, you realize they do that not just to you, but they do it to other people also. And that's when you decided that this is not the kind of person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. This is not the kind of person, because they're never going to be kind. They're never going to be nice. They're never going to do something out of the kindness of their heart. You're never going to have, I feel like maybe superficially you might have that relationship that everybody wants, that's on like the what do they call it? The social media couple or whatever. Like, that cute little TikTok couple or whatever. It's like you genuinely want that though. And you realize you were never going to get it with this person because they're too hateful. They are too hateful. They're too angry. They're too spiteful. Yeah, see, sabotage. Mm, mm, mm. See, sabotage. Yep. You might be having some reservations about an action that you took or something that you did that could have sabotaged someone else. Maybe this person's ex or something. I'm getting it was this person's ex or something like that. Like, you really wanted to prove that you were a good partner and that you had this person's back. And, like, now you're saying it was never about that. They manipulated you. Breakup in 911 emergency. What did I say? This was abrupt. Like, this had to happen because you realized the dumpster fire that was going to take place. You realized, I hate using the term, but yeah, crash test dummy. Like, you realized this was going to be a crash and burn situation. You had to. You had to do it because this person does too much. They do too much, Sage. You could have had to call the police on this person and have them, like, escort them removing their things from your home, or, escort you removing your things from this person's home. It just, this person may have the tendency to crash out, is what I'm hearing. And I feel like, Sag, you're just so over it at this point. I feel like it's just too much for too long. And it may have only been a year or whatever with this person, but you're like, look, that's enough in itself. I really don't need all the BS and the shenanigans. Like, I could really do my whole life without it, is where you're at. Okay? That's how you really feel. Sag, I feel like maybe you've just been through a lot in your life in general. You've already been through relationships like this. Excuse me, dealt with people like this in your family, or whatever the case may be, and I feel like you're just over it. You don't want to deal with it no more. I feel like you're at the point in your life where you want to keep it cute. You want to keep it simple. And you're tired of being surrounded by simple-minded MFers who wild out all the time. Like, it's just not in your repertoire no more. Like, I feel like you're kind of like, okay, that was cute when we was in our teens and 20s, maybe even early 30s, but now it's like you hit a point in your life where it's time to slow down, and it's time to kind of settle down and calm your nerves and, be serious. And you're realizing that this person will never be ready, Sag. They're never going to be ready for that kind of life. They're not the kind of person that you can get married to and have kids with and have grandkids with and things like that. I'm hearing party every day, party every day. So that might be how this person is. Like, they don't want to turn down. They don't realize that they're getting older, or they don't care. They want to keep the party going forever. And Sag, you're just like, no. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I'm ready to establish myself, and you might have gotten a new job, a good job here, Sagittarius, and you're like, okay, you may have received like a new beginning somewhere else. Y'all might have moved to a different city, state, zip code, a whole nother country, and you're like, yeah, this is a fresh start. And this person, they do not know how to adult, and it's very frustrating for you. And so I feel like, with that being the case, you decided to move on, or you're going to decide to move on. And it's just, or you're at the point where you're deciding to move on. You haven't decided how you're going to do that yet. But I feel like you need to know, either way, it's a good decision. But either way, like, this person is not They're not built for you. They're not cut out for you. They're not cut out to live the lifestyle that you want to live, and they're not going to provide that lifestyle for you, Sag. So, what are the lies here? Yeah, Ace of Cups. So, if somebody was crying to you about being overwhelmed in a situation, it was a lie. Okay? If they were crying to you about how much they love someone, how much they admire someone, how much, even if it was about you, how much they love you, how much they care about you, they're a liar. Okay? They're a liar. This person flat out lies. They lie. It's a straight up and down bull-faced lie. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. Yeah, they're just upset that they can't take advantage of you or a situation anymore, or they can't take advantage of people anymore. They can't claim credit for someone else's work. Okay. This person, I feel like this person cries a lot and they claim that it's not to take advantage. I feel like they play on people's emotions so that people will offer them things out of sympathy. And they'll be like, oh, it's not taking advantage if they offer. Yes, it is. If you're emotionally manipulating people into thinking that there's a need for something or something of that nature, like, then yeah, it is. This person is throwing a temper tantrum about something because they can't reap the benefits of it. Is really what it is. But I mean, why should they? They didn't put any work. So why? I mean, why do you get child? Okay, what's soulmate, Sag? Lord have mercy. I'm glad you're getting away from this person. Okay, Seven of Cups here. So this person is sitting here telling you that you're their soulmate or whatever, whatever, and then you come and find out that they've told this to multiple people. They're dating multiple people, and then they came and gave you this BS. Oh, you can have more than one soulmate. No, baby. No, that's not how that works at all. That is not how that works at all. No, hon. Six of Cups. This person has a history of doing this. I feel like, Sage, they also try to make you feel bad. Like, if you're a feminine energy, I feel as though, I feel like this person belittled you because some of you may have reproductive issues. Okay, and it's a touchy subject, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Nobody deserves to go through that. Well, I feel like some people deserve to go through that, and those that typically deserve to go through that don't. And I'm so sorry that it's set up that way. But yeah, this person could have been telling you a bunch of lies about their past relationships or past connection with someone. Okay, they could have possibly made you feel bad, like, oh well, if this is somebody who's like a someone else's baby daddy or baby mama, they try to belittle you and downgrade you like that and be like, oh, I had kids with my soulmate or whatever the case may be, you know just being petty. And Death card in the reverse. Okay, yeah, they weren't willing to end something out, to let something go, to release something. they're throwing a temper tantrum about something that they can't change. And I feel like they were taking it out on you, or they are taking it out on you, Sag. Yeah, I hate you. They're mad because they can't use a child to take advantage of a situation. Okay, the Fool card here. Yeah, they tried to trick you, Sag. You might be upset because you put your butt on the line for this person. You put your neck on the line for this person, and they released the guillotine, okay? Like, they brought down the blade. Like, they tricked you. Yeah, the Chariot card here. They tricked you. And let you run headfirst into a situation without giving you all the details. You didn't know what you were rushing headfirst into. I feel like they may have told you some things about a person to make you feel overwhelmed. To make you feel like that person was taking advantage of them, and come to find out they were not. They were trying to... This person was neglecting their responsibilities. If they have a child with someone else, then I feel like they even tried to make you feel like you were in competition with that person, and you were not. You were not, Sag. What's blocked? Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. They could have been... Okay, I feel like this Queen of Swords is somebody who kind of knew what was going on with this person, and they either tried to... I feel like they tried to block you from gaining information that would have helped you in this situation, Sag. Like, maybe you blocked that person for having the information and withholding it from you. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Maybe they were saying that they blocked this person because they were argumentative, or whatever the case was. There's too much drama. But in all actuality, they were just trying to block you from getting information from that person, because this Queen of Swords energy is somebody who's been there, done that with this person. They're very aware of their tactics and things of that nature, and they could have really put you deep. Like, they could have really put you privy to the situation, and that's not what this person wanted. They didn't want you to know, Sag, okay? This could have been a friend of yours or a family member that you blocked because you feel like they're too much damn drama. They just always got something going on. They're very argumentative, and it's just a lot of drama, you know? With cuddles. Yeah, Justice card here. So you want to be in a connection that's fair. I feel like you were trying to help this person balance things out in their life because you cared about them. You wanted to be treated fairly. You wanted to treat them fairly. You wanted them to be treated, um, you wanted to treat them fairly. You wanted to be treated fairly. You wanted them to be treated fairly. I feel like you were willing to match whatever this person was giving. Yeah. And Four Swords in the reverse. I feel like you realize this person was still clinging to a situation concerning a Libra, possibly. They were still clinging to an ex. Maybe. Whatever the situation was, they weren't ready to let it go. They didn't want to. They didn't want to lay it to rest. They wouldn't let sleeping dogs lie. They didn't want that. This person could have. This person could have had you like stirring the pot in a legal situation, or like kicking up things, drudging up things in a legal situation. And again, you did it because you wanted to be a good partner, Sag. You wanted to be a good partner. And now it's like, I don't feel like, I think you realize that's not something that you can just walk away from. That's not something that's gonna be quelled easily now. This person is a very chaotic individual to be. It's coming across as like a nightmare of a situation. Like, I don't know, Sag. Love is love. Yeah, Two of Wands. Yeah, you decided to love yourself. Turn your back on this person. Okay. You decided to look at things from a different perspective. Maybe from an outside perspective. I feel like you shifted what you wanted here. I feel like you may have reached a milestone or something like that in your life. And your energy shifted here. Sagittarius, yeah, Ten of Cups reverse. Yeah, you realize this was some dysfunctional-ish. This was toxic. This was not the life that you wanted. And you were never going to build the life that you wanted with this person. It just wasn't going to happen. I feel like you were trying to work with this person, but you realize like everything is always about them. There's never a time where, the energy or the attention is shifted towards you. You're always having a sacrifice. You're the one that's always having to sit back and watch things happen for them. Or it's like they want you involved until, I feel like they want you involved until the situation starts to backfire. Like, and then they want to take it out on you. But I feel like you have the tendency of forewarning this person that that's a possibility anyway. That could happen. You may have stuck with this person through um there could be a Libra whose health is declining. That's a part of their family or something like that. And you could have sat, with them through that. And you held their hand through a lot of things. But it's like I'm getting hindsight is 2020. You're looking back on it now with a different set of eyes, and you're realizing that the person that you thought they were the entire time, that's not who they are. What is Aquarius? And the Emperor and Page of Cups. Yeah, this person is pretty much just a control freak. They want to control how people see things or how people see them. This person throws temper tantrums to get what they want in situations. Okay, they like to portray this image of being, in control and calm, cool, and collected, and knowing everything that's going on, and um, yeah, they like to project that image of control, of structure. Like, they get it. They're the master of it all. But the whole time, this person is very immature. Like, they are. Yeah, they don't realize that strength comes from divine feminine energy also. They don't have to be so authoritative. Like, you can sit back sometimes. Like, y'all remember back in the day when you be acting a fool? I don't know if anybody else's mama did this, right? But back in the day, you be acting a fool in the store because you think that your mama not gonna snatch you, but then like she gives you that eye contact, that where she reminds you that you still gotta go home with her, and she probably gonna beat your ass when you get in the car. Like, that's kind of the energy that this person is. They're not understanding that there's strength in that also. Like, there's a dad. Hey, don't do this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, you were scared of dad because dad yelled. He had a lot of bass in his voice. But mama was the scariest one though, because she didn't do all that hollering and screaming. Like, mama would just let you know that that belt was coming, whether you liked it or not. And don't think she forgot. The worst thing you can do is think that she forgot. Because then you forget and you think you're not going to get your butt whooped, but then you turn around and you get your butt whooped and you be to forgot why you getting your butt whooped, and that's the worst part. Because then she's going to remind you. You know, you don't want to be reminded. But yeah, Page of Swords. Yeah, this person is, they're stalking, they're copying, they're being weird. Like, this person is far too invested. This Aquarius is far too invested in what somebody else got going on in their life. They are. They are far too invested. Yeah, the star card. See, they are far too invested. They're watching someone on like social media or something like that, but they're about to watch this person. They're upset because they're watching this person rise to greatness. That's with the star card here. That's what that is. They're stepping into their destined path. And I feel like, Sage, if this is a friend of yours, right? Somebody you know, a friend or whatever. Your thing is like this, that's how you know that this person is dysfunctional. Like, because if somebody recognized them as family, you can't see how this person could be this hateful. You get what I mean? Like, That's very hateful. And some of the behaviors that you see them do, things that you've heard them say, you feel like it's very hateful. And you're looking at it from a different perspective now, Sag, because you're looking at it like, well, if they're doing this to them, what's to stop them from doing that to me? What's to stop them from getting me involved in some sort of legal situation, or lying on me, or lying about me, or trying to sabotage me, or mess around in my life if I disagree with them or something like that. Like, I feel like you realize you're not safe either. This person can turn coat like that. Like, push and pull here. You realize this person got a switch. And that's rubbing you the wrong way, Sag, because you don't like that with people. You like people that you can pretty much bet on what they're going to do. Like, you don't like having you're unpredictable. So you don't like having unpredictable people around you. You like having stable, reliable markers, in your corner. Let's push and pull, because you like having those friends around you that can talk some sense into you, not, perpetuate your BS when you want one. Because then to you, Sag, that shows you that people actually care about you when they're willing to tell you the opposite of what your impulses are telling you in that moment, right? We got the death card here. Yeah, this person tends to persuade you the opposite direction. Like, they tend to get you to go against your better judgment. And like, you're realizing why. This person is selfish, Sag. They are. They're very selfish. I'm going to show you. Hold on real quick. I'm going to show y'all what I'm looking at. Because this is a mess out here, y'all. Real quick. Okay. I'm going to show you. I can't flip the camera right now. Uh-oh. I'm going to take a screenshot if I do. But yeah, look y'all. Look at what I'm looking at. It is. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. The snow, it filled up so fast. My golly gee willikers. Okay? I'm gonna probably take my kids out later and make snow angels and stuff. It stopped snowing at some point. It's still going. It's been going all night. Okay. Is it snowing where y'all are? Do you like to make snow angels and things and such? Put it down in the comments if you do. Okay. Now, here we go. We got the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you're done allowing this person to take advantage of you, Sagittarius. Like, you see that this person only sees you as, like, they're an opportunist. So you're not going to give them any more opportunities to do this to you. They're out of chances here. No more second chances, no more third chances. They're out of time here. Like, because this person just refuses to let go of something and move forward. Like, they stagnate their own growth. And you realize that they were stagnating yours by constantly deterring you from the opportunities that were meant for you. It's like they want you to go only towards certain things, whatever benefits them somehow. And if they can't take advantage of it, or if they can't benefit from it, then they don't want you doing it, Sag. What's regret? And you're starting to figure that out now. Ooh. Four of Wands, yeah. You may have married this person. You may have built a foundation with this person, gone into business with this person, went into a contract with this person, made a promise to this person, settled on some sort of agreement with this person. Okay. You regret doing it. Okay. If this is about a career situation, you can't stand working with this person. Because I feel like this is the coworker, they're constantly challenging you for no fucking reason. Like, and I feel like you were there first. You may have seniority at your position. Nine of Pentacles here. Yeah. So you got caught up in a situation chasing clout, pretty much, Sag, or you realize like this person's a clout chaser. They set you up. They booby trapped you. You could have did this to someone else. You could be like blocking someone else's social media, or like getting someone else shadow banned or something like that. Like it's like you're blocking someone else trying to impress this person, but then you realize this person was blocking you. So you realize like you were never winning in the grand scheme of things. It wasn't set up for anyone else to win. You realize this person functions off of like pyramid scheme type of activity. They don't necessarily care about whether or not anybody else wins or anything like that. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. My camera's being funky now. It's been weird. Okay. Let's see sabotage here. What's sabotage? I feel like, Sag, you realize you're part of like some sort of sabotage plan, like some sort of envious like revenge plot or something like that. Like, and now you're just like, bruh, you can't just like get over it. Like, it's like it's been going on far too long, and you're ready to move on, and this person's like, no, and they're just like, bro, that's a lot of animosity you got there. You might want to talk to somebody about that, because that's just abnormal. That's an abnormal amount of hatred for somebody, you know. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. It's like it was some sort of get rich quick scheme or something like that. So yeah, Two of Cups in the reverse wanted to fall out. I feel like some sort of business investment or something like that was growing quickly. 1 second, y'all. The baby. Okay. Hey, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, Sage, I think you saw something as like a quick way to come up or whatever. I don't know why somebody thought that they were going to come up off of this. But you're not happy. You're not fond of this Aquarius right now. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. something brand new, something fresh. I feel like you weren't, somebody was just getting started, or something was just getting started. Nine of Swords and the shadow side. Yeah, see, this is not, you're realizing how insane somebody is, Sagittarius, because that was getting to you. I feel like you're having a hard time resting with this on your soul. You're worried about something that you might have done out of malice, because you're realizing how hateful somebody is. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be done. They're never going to let it die down. They're never going to let sleeping dogs lie. There's somebody who has to have chaos and drama in their life to feel significant, to feel important, to feel like they can do something, or they're in some kind of control. This is a bully kind of energy. And you realize they have no problem doing it to you either. So you're like, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm good. Sorry, Sage, y'all reading kind of long, but you know what? I'm gonna see what's hidden in this anyway before I get you guys advice. If you stuck with me this long, thank you so much. Hit that like, subscribe, share button, leave a comment, hit that notification bell so you're not missing anything. Let's see what's going on here. Excuse me, sorry. Food and hunger. So this is somebody who's constantly in lack, okay? They constantly feel like they're missing something, or I feel like deep down inside there's somebody who constantly feels like they're missing something, okay? And they like to try to cover it up by like pointing out other people's shortcomings, or making other people feel as though they're not good enough or something. Okay, Asia here. This is somebody who has a total lack of principles and core values. Okay, if they have them, they don't stick to them. Okay, if they have them, they don't stick to them. They just don't. Hold on one second, y'all.